You can actually get anything you want for free using a simple life hack called tax write-offs. So I actually took my tax CPA exam at the very end of June. So tax is still a little bit fresh on my mind. So I can actually review these and rate them. So yeah, let's get into the first thing I saw recently about tax write-offs and how they're helpful. The first tip I saw online. This is just a post here saying Andrew Tate lost $727,000 in some weird crypto thing. I'm not really sure what that is, but I'm not here to talk about his loss. I don't even know if this is real. I'm here to talk about the comment on how this can be beneficial. We got this comment from this guy who clearly bought a blue check mark. His account has like 3,000 something followers. Bruh. And he's verified. But anyways, he commented, "It's called tax loss harvesting. Use those losses to offset capital gains." So I couldn't tell if he was joking, but someone responds and is like, "So just throw away money for no reason just to get a tax deduction? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense." And then he argues, so I guess he's not joking. It's not throwing away money, it's offsetting other profits. It's the same reason billionaires donate to charities. So I think billionaires donate to charities, and by billionaires, I'm assuming he means corporations. In order to get more publicity, it actually makes the company look good. Like, oh, Walmart donated hundreds of millions of dollars to some great foundation. So with how genius this comment was, it actually inspired me to go look at some other tax write-off hacks that I saw. I'm gonna rate this first tax write-off where you just throw money away and purposely lose it a 10 out of 10. You're throwing away, I guess in this case, $727,000 to save a whopping 10%. I'm gonna rate this 10 out of 10. It's really great. Throw away $727,000. That means you pay $72,000 less in taxes. So after realizing how genius that was, I need to look at some other tax write-off life hacks so I can write off stuff myself and just get unlimited stuff for free. Got this guy named Casper explaining how tax write-offs work. Let's hear what he has to say, and I'm gonna give it a rating 1 through 10.
Bro, tax write-offs, bro. You wanna know why all your famous content creators and shit drive Uruses, Maybachs, G-Wagons, Lamb trucks, fucking Trackhawks and all of this shit? It ain't even necessarily because of the car, but it's because of what it could do. Any car that costs 5,500 pounds ground weight is considered a tax write-off.
Yeah, dude, just write off your G-Wagon, your Urus. I would hope they want the car because, again, the max you'd be saving is 50% because that's the highest your tax rate can get. That's a lot of money to spend just because it's a tax write-off.
It's a lot of shit that y'all don't be knowing about, and they'll say this common knowledge. It's not common, bro. A lot of people don't know this shit, bro.
I would say this doesn't need to be common knowledge. I don't think most people who have a business are needing a G-Wagon to be running it. So that just doesn't really make any sense. All right, so I actually pulled up the IRS codification for this tax law. If you use your car only for business purposes, you may deduct its entire cost of ownership and operation. However, if you use the car for both business and personal purposes, you may deduct only the cost of its business use. Are people using G-Wagons for their business? I would say probably not. Also, the point of a business is to have profit. If you're just wasting money on cars, your business is not gonna make any money. It's like, oh, I spent $100,000 on a G-Wagon. My business had negative profits this year. Because I'm an idiot. On top of that, whenever the IRS comes and audits you and makes you actually prove that your G-Wagon or Urus or whatever was used for business purposes and you don't have the receipts, you're gonna be screwed. I'm gonna give this tax write-off hack a 9 out of 10. I would say 10, but it's not as good as just straight up throwing money away because you could still sell the car and like kind of, I guess, get your money back. So we got the third life hack right here. It's a guy named Bendidon explaining how things can become tax write-offs if you're a content creator.
Even like me going to buy jewelry yesterday is a taxable write-off because it got turned into content and I'm a content creator under my LLC.
I don't think that's gonna fly with the IRS. You can try explaining it to them.
So if I have Been a Don LLC and my content is I bought my young nigga a Rolex, that could still be a taxable write-off because it's content. It's in a furtherance of my content.
Giving someone a Rolex would probably be considered a gift of some sort, and I don't think the IRS says that gifts are tax deductible. In fact, that person will probably get taxed on that Rolex they got from this guy.
If we go to dinner and dinner, like yesterday, dinner was like $1,200, I can write that off.
Yeah, yesterday dinner was $1,200. I could write that off. Are we forgetting that write-offs don't equal free? And second of all, no, you can't. Dinners are deductible by 50%. On top of that, they cannot be considered extravagant, which is mostly judgment-based, but $1,200, I mean, unless there were like 15 people there or something, that's gonna be too much to be deducted. These people are so smart, like my brain just, like it's just not even able to process this. Like, I'm gonna have to give this guy a 10 out of 10 as well. Expensive dinners. The jewelry is where it really gets a 10 out of 10. The part where he said to give a guy a Rolex. And the reason that kind of put it up to the 10 out of 10 in terms of how good of a tax write-off hack it is because not only are you not gonna be able to write that off, but the person who gets it is now gonna have to probably pay taxes on it. You're now paying more taxes and spending a bunch of money on stupid stuff. You know, two negatives make a positive. All right, so lastly, just a quick review. Top 5 write-offs successful people always utilize. Let's get into this video. We got the car thing. When the IRS audits you, we already went over this. It's not gonna fly. Home office. If it actually is a home office and you have your own business, this can be used as a write-off. So this one is actually true. I mean, if you have the receipts to prove that this was needed for your business, then fine, but realistically, your travel in wherever this guy's traveling here, it's probably not gonna be needed for business. Whenever the IRS comes and audits you, you're gonna be screwed. Equipment actually can be used, like if your business needs it, which if you're actually a content creator doing it under an LLC, you do need equipment. So I'll let this one slide. Yep, meals. Not gonna lie, that's looking extravagant. Very extravagant, actually. I think when the IRS comes and audits you and you don't have the list of attendees and your price is too high, yeah, good luck not paying that back. So usually the point of a business is you have your revenue and you have your expenses and you have your net income at the very bottom and you're usually hoping you make money. The people on TikTok have decided that what you want to do is you want your revenue to be a certain number and your expenses to be really high or even that number so you don't have to pay taxes. Pretty genius. I hope y'all learned some great tax hacks. This last guy, I'm only giving a 4 out of 10 just because the equipment one might actually work and the home office one does work. So not sure why those were in there. That meal is probably not gonna work. A lot of meals aren't working. You can't just write off everything. To conclude this video, I wanna talk about a final story. This lady was cutting my hair. She talks about how like rich people can just get everything for free because of tax write-offs. And the owner of the haircut salon was there as well. I was like, you can't just get everything for free. If you write something off, it just means you have less of that amount in income. So like, let's say I make 100 grand a year to keep numbers easy and I write off 10 grand. Well, I'm paying taxes on 90K. I didn't make 10K from writing it off. And she was like, oh, what? Like, I didn't know that. I was like, yeah, on TikTok, it kind of makes it seem that way though, right? And she's like, yeah, like, it totally just seems like you get this stuff for free if you're rich because of tax write-offs. So yeah, after that, I did my due diligence. I started scrolling for hours and hours and hours because I was addicted to Reels. But I did stumble across some tax videos, and what she was saying is true. They definitely do kind of make it seem like you're getting it for free. No one's telling you that by buying that G-Wagon, you're just throwing away like $100,000 or whatever. Anyways, I hope y'all liked my ratings. I hope y'all liked this video. Make sure to subscribe and like. I'm all the way up to 7 subscribers. Thank y'all for subscribing, for the random people who actually subscribe to this. And I will see y'all in the next video.